Nithyananda Paramashivoham Om 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 Nithyananda.
Now slowly, very slowly, you can remove your eyelids and open your eyes. If you have covered your eyes with eyelids, remove your eyelids. And with this deep restful awareness, with deep gratitude to Swamiji, take a moment to share what was revealed to you, what Swamiji revealed to you through your third eye. When you scan the picture that the acharyas were looking at, any detail that you saw, whether you saw just a single part of the image, or you saw any form or anything which is even related to the image, or you heard as a sound, you had some visualization, or just flash of image or flash of sound, anything that was revealed to you, take a moment and share.
Yes, it is important that you don't judge, you don't have any self-doubt, just share anything that you experienced during this power manifestation. So of course, the image you would not have seen, we were looking at the image itself, but it's still similar in ways to a third eye, blind vision, blind seeing through the third eye. Because it is, in fact, just the same. It is asking for information from the cosmos of what is on the image. So whether the image is in front of you with your eyes closed or in front of us, you still have the eyes closed. So any thoughts of impossibility unclutched from. That's why before we get into the power manifestation itself, we go through the unclutching. We unclutch from anything external, anything internal. So we come to the space of possibility, because all there is Paramashivoham, and everything is possible.
So please go ahead and share. And also requesting all of you to, those whose cameras are off, Ma Nidhi Chakra, Rajharupini, Hang Moilong, Ma Sho Weping, Liu Wen, and Ma Ramatarang Kamatang Shakti. Please switch on your camera. And let us know what was your revelation when you scanned the image. Then shortly we'll move to the verification. We'll be projecting the image which the acharyas were looking at.
So we remind the participants, this is the absolute best time to practice the power manifestation. So Swamiji has given us the darshan. Through the darshan has lifted our consciousness, has lifted our frequency to higher and higher levels. And the way to bolt this higher frequencies into our body is through power manifestation. The power manifestation makes these new energies, new frequencies part of your experience. So it is very important. I can't stress enough for participants, please, if you're only doing one power manifestation, please let it be straight after darshan. It is so important. All right, so let us move on to the verification stage. So we'll be displaying the image that we were staring at, looking at. And yes, as you can see, it is an AI generated image. We have a lot of animals that are happily sitting together, mostly happily. So we have so many different animals. We have even the water and some fish in the water. We have 3 birds in the sky, perhaps vultures or something like that. They look like big birds. We have another big bird in the ostrich, quite a big flightless bird, very fast. We have 1, 2, 3 tigers, 2 zebras. We have a rhinoceros. We have a sheep, perhaps a cow. We have an elephant. We have a giraffe. We have a caribou, perhaps. And yes, so many animals. And of course, we have the green grass, a little bit of sand as we come up to the water. So the water could be anything. But as I said, it is AI generated, artificial intelligence. So it could be anything. And of course, we can see the sky, blue sky, but mostly cloudy. We can see the white clouds, although still quite bright despite the clouds in the sky. So yes, if you got any of that correct, any of the animals, the fact that there are animals, whether you got the colors, green, gray, brown, white, all those colors that you see in the picture, water, fish, sky, cloud, any of that. If you got any of that correct, then you have manifested this power. So congratulations.
Yes. With this, now we'll be moving on to the next session. As before that, we had the revelation by Swamiji on how to reprogram your mind to look in. And now, in this revelation by Swamiji, we'll be looking into the true love. What is true love? Most times we are looking for true love outside, searching for true love, attention. But Swamiji says very clearly, unless you are enlightened, unless you are in that space of pure oneness, you cannot be in true love or you cannot radiate true love. Only an enlightened person can radiate true love. So let's enter into this revelation by Swamiji and receive the powerful cognitions. Yes.
Bhagavan starts, Etvamaksharamanirudesham avyaktam paryupasade sarvatra kamachintya kodastam achalam dhruvam sanniyam yendriyagramam sarvatra samabuddhayah te prapnuvanti mameva sarvabhuta hite rataah. But those who fully worship the unmanifested, that which lies beyond the perception of senses, the all-pervading, inconceivable, unchanging, the non-moving and permanent, achala, dhruva, by restraining the multitude of senses, worship me, they all, working for the benefit of the mankind, attain me. See here, Krishna is not making two groups. Arjuna is making two groups who are established and who are radiating. Here, Krishna says both are one and the same. He is not making two groups who are established and who are radiating. He says the person who is established will always radiate. The person who radiates will always be established. As I was telling you, it is a virtuous circle. It is a virtuous circle. Radha, she starts saying, Gopikas, I don't know what happened. I am seeing Krishna in everybody. I feel everybody is Krishna. I don't know what is happening to me. Then one Gopika says, you have the bhakti as Anjana in your eyes. It's like if you wear the black cooling glass, you will see the whole thing. It's dark. If you wear green cooling glass, you will see the whole thing with a green shade. Same way, when you have the bhakti Anjana in your eyes, if you have the bhakti in your eyes, whomsoever you see as Krishna, you see as divine. Here, Krishna says, the person who is established in that super consciousness and the person who radiates devotion, both are one and the same. There is no two different group. Mayeva mana adasva, mayi buddhim niveshaya, nivasishyati mayeva, adabhurtvam na samsayaha. Just fix your mind upon me, the Supreme Personality of Divine, and engage all your intelligence in me. Thus you will live in me always without a doubt. Na samsayaha. Now he comes to the technique. At some one point, the virtual circle has to be started. The beginning has to happen at some point. First he explains about the virtuous circle. Then now he comes to the technique. Please understand, love is not a mood. It is your very existence. As long as it is your mood, it will come and go. There are two kinds of love. Horizontal love and vertical love. Let me explain the horizontal love and vertical love. Horizontal love is just like a horizontal line, flat. It's related to time. It will start and end. Please be very clear. Anything which starts has to end. If it takes little more time to end, don't think it is permanent. Don't think it is permanent. Anything which starts has to end. It may take a few years or few months, that's all. But it ends. This is horizontal love. Horizontal love is related to time. Vertical love is related to consciousness. It neither starts nor ends. It doesn't discriminate. It's your very quality. If you discriminate and love, please be very clear, it cannot be called as love, it is just infatuation. As long as the other person fits in your frame, all your love will go. The moment the other person doesn't fit in your frame, your love will disappear. In our meditation camp, the first session, the first practice which I make people do is, tell me honestly, or make a list, honestly, how many of you really love at least one or two persons in your life? And usually in the beginning, people will come up with a big list. Husband, wife, father, mother, brother, sister, one by one, one by one, one by one. When I start talking, people will crash. No, then it is not love. No, then it is not love. But people always come and get stuck when it comes to the son or daughter. When I say all your love is for some reason, three reasons, either economical benefit or psychological support, that you have somebody as your family or as your community, as your group. At the time of risk, they may support you. When it is needed, they may be behind you. Psychological support. Third thing, good certificate. Sometimes we do share love, we do show love, we may not have any economical benefit or the psychological support, but expecting a good certificate. Good certificate. Attention. Some need will be there. People tell me, Swamiji, no, I don't love my son or daughter with any of these three things. I ask them, all right. If suddenly your son starts doing things on his own, he starts deciding on his own, if it doesn't fit with your frame, if it doesn't follow your words, if it doesn't live according to you, will that love be saved? Inquire honestly. Naturally, people start saying, no, it will not be. It will come down. Means what? We love our next generation as long as they are extension of our life. We fulfill our desires through them. We fulfill our life through them. Whatever we can't, we try to fulfill through them. As long as they act, they live as an extension of your life. Relationship is really beautiful. But the moment they start deciding on their own, the moment they feel that you are suffocating them, and they stand up and say no, whole thing takes a different turn. But for kids, they feel they are man or women only when they say no to parents. It's a basic instinct. Only when you say no, you feel you are individual. They don't bother what you say. All they know is flat one word, no. Flat one word, no. They do not know anything else. They feel strong when they say no. That is why all over the world, the youngsters, they always rebel. Whether it is developed countries or Eastern countries, all over the world, in all culture, youth, the youngsters always say no. Because when they say no, they feel that they are very strong. No gives certain kind of strength. But your love is dependent only on yes. As long as you receive yes, your love also yes. When you get a no, you start saying the same no. It is horizontal love. That's the reason. It ends with some reason. vertical love never ends because it never starts. Suddenly at some point, you realize, just like this body, how you live inside this body, same way you are living inside every body. Inside every body. There's a beautiful example given in Upanishad. A master asks a disciple, do you enjoy all your five senses? Disciple said, yes. Suppose if one sense is missing, will you have the same amount of joy? He said, no, 20% less. If two senses are missing, 40% less. If suddenly you have five more senses, he said, naturally 100% extra. He said, if you are given one more body, naturally I will enjoy twice. Or if you are given five bodies, naturally I will enjoy 5 times more. If you experience, you are living in all the bodies, what will be the joy and ecstasy? Immeasurable, eternal, ultimate. That is the same thing which enlightened people experience. They experience the same thing. When they experience they are filled in the whole universe, they are in every body, they experience the tremendous ecstasy, the tremendous pleasure or bliss. That is why they don't need anything from the outer world. They don't need anything from outer world. One elderly person, he came to our program. After that, he came near me and asked me, with a lot of sympathy he expressed, in such a young age, you became a Swami. With a lot of sympathy that I missed life. With a lot of compassion, he was expressing his compassion with a feeling that I missed. I told him, don't be sympathetic towards me. Actually, I should be sympathetic towards you. Even after 60 years, you are not able to liberate yourself. Even after 60 years, you are suffering in the samsara. Don't be sympathetic towards me. I should be sympathetic towards you. When you experience the ecstasy and bliss inside you, you don't feel you are missing anything from the outside. You don't feel you need something. Real renunciation is not you renouncing the world renouncing you. When you have the joy and ecstasy, bliss in you, automatically you will radiate that within you. You will never feel you are missing something. You lost something. I always tell people, never renounce unless you have the ecstasy inside. Never renounce. Work only for the ecstasy. When that happens, automatically the renunciation will happen to you. You don't have to renounce. Automatically it will happen. Be very clear. If you renounce the outer world without having the inner world, you will fall in depression. I have seen so many sannyasis who take this life, who have not achieved the inner experience, who are caught in the social service, fall in depression. Around the age of 40 to 45, simply they fall in depression. They give counseling for the whole world, but they will be in depression. So many monks, they fall in depression. Never renounce unless you have a solid experience inside. When you have the experience, you don't have to renounce. Automatically renunciation will happen. All these things will drop you. Instead of you dropping, they will drop you. You dropping will always have a problem. They dropping you is the right thing. When you have the joy in you, when you start experiencing the joy in you, nothing needs to be announced. Automatically, things will happen. Here Krishna gives technique to start the virtuous circle. Let you fix your mind on me. Let you establish your intelligence in me. In this way, after acquiring that boundaryless consciousness, you will live in me always. How to establish our intelligence on Him? Continuously try to put all these ideas and thoughts inside you. Ramakrishna says, what you eat, same way only you will belch. Same smell only will come out when you belch. If you eat some kind of vegetable or fruit, when you belch, only that smell will come. Same way, if you add these ideas continuously into your mind, into your consciousness, naturally it will start radiating. It will start shining through your being. Let your intelligence be established in His being. Means, when you are in some trouble, automatically the solution should come from you based on these ideas. As on now, we run and refer the book. It means you are having Guru only in the outer world. If you again and again digest all these ideas, even when you don't have trouble, try to put these ideas inside you. Only then they will go and sit. When you have trouble, they will start guiding you. When you have trouble, if you read, you will not be able to digest them. Because already your mind is in confusion. How can you receive them? How can you digest them? It can never happen. When your mind is in normal state, let receiving these ideas inside your mind become a regular habit. Let it become a just normal lifestyle. How you eat every day, how you take bath every day. Same way, let you eat these ideas in you beautifully. Shankara writes commentary on this Sutra, Agara Suddhi. Agara Suddhayo Smriti Suddhi. When your Agara is purified, your memory is purified. Please be very clear. Ahara does not mean just the food which you take. It means whatever you take through all these five senses. The TV programs which you are watching is ahara. Music which you are listening is ahara. Food which you are eating is ahara. Smell which you are smelling is ahara. The touch which you are enjoying is ahara. Means all these five should be pure. Only then you can radiate the purity. You can radiate bliss. You can radiate ecstasy. You can radiate divine intelligence. Understand? Unless you purify agaras, which goes through other senses also, you cannot expect the purification of your memory, especially these TV shows. I really feel blessed. I am born and brought up in a village where there was no TV in those days. People ask me, Swamiji, how do you pick up things easily? Of course, somehow I pick up things very easily, very quickly. One small fact, it's a truth. Just 2 years ago, I started speaking English. All I studied is only in my mother tongue. I studied a little bit, that also in mother tongue. I started speaking English when I started coming to America. Means 2 years ago. 2003 August. They asked me, how do you pick up? And I continuously read. How do you read so many pages, so many books? It's just because I never used to watch TV. TV straight away destroys your consciousness. Please understand, not only your eyes, straight away it destroys your consciousness. Let me tell you an important thing. Understand this example. You are traveling in a vehicle. If you are going 40 miles per hour, you can see whatever is there in the road, boarding or a signboard, whatever is there in the road, you can see very clearly. If you are going 100 miles per hour, can you see? You can't. You can't see them clearly. The reason is more number of frames per second is coming in front of your eyes. More number of frames per second is coming in front of your eyes. That is why you can't see. You can't understand what it is. Normally, your eyes can receive, analyze, process and file as long as the informations are given to you 6 frames per second. 6 frames per second if it changes in front of your eyes. Your eyes can take that message, analyze it, categorize it and put it in your consciousness, put it in your memory. But if it is more than 6 frames per second, your logic will lose its balance. TV is at least 16 frames per second. Straight away the information is forced on you. Please be very clear. It's like you have a security watchman outside your house. Thief comes and pushes the watchman aside, kills him. Straight away walks into your bedroom. Same thing is happening when you watch movie, when you watch TV and movies. Logic is your watchman. He is standing. Logic stands, whatever information comes to you, it analyzes and it says this is truth, this is lie, this is a toy, this is a real man, this is just fake, this is doll. The informations are analyzed and recorded. When you watch movie, when 16 frames per second is flowing, when the information is forced on you, infused on you, your logic loses its ability to analyze. And straight away the information reaches your unconsciousness. Straight away your unconscious is exploited. Straight away the information penetrates you. It's like a robber straight away walking into your bedroom, killing the watchman. One more thing. Because the information reaches you straight away, you lose the logical analyzing capacity and emotional balance. That is why you know for sure that actor is still alive. You know for sure that actress is also alive. But when you see in the movie that he is murdered or killed, automatically you start weeping. Tears are rolling. You know for sure that is not happening there. That is not true. But when they laugh, you laugh. When they cry, you cry. According to that scenes, your mood also changes. If you see a depressing scene, you fall in depression. Why? You are an educated person. You know it's a drama. You know the person is alive. You must have seen the actor just few days ago in person. But when you see that movie, you experience it. Why? Because the logic which analyzes between the truth and the lie is put to rest or pushed aside, and information is straight away flooded into your system. Straight away it goes into your unconsciousness. So be very clear. Never watch any program which creates depression and or misery in you. Depression or misery in you. Of course, if you watch some program which gives joy, which makes you laugh, That doesn't hurt your consciousness directly. You may at the most waste little time or eat little bit at the time of watching movie. Only a little bit of obesity problem is there. Otherwise, no other problem. The survey says more than 80% of the people eat when they watch TV and face the weight problem. You may have only little weight problem, nothing much, but never watch anything which creates depression or low mood in you, especially its horror movies. Please be very clear. Let me answer one important question. Is there anything called devil or spirit, Swamiji? This is a usual question I face. Let me tell you very clearly, there is no such thing as devil, no such thing as demon, no such thing as spirit. Be very clear. You may have 1000 references. Now I know your minds are just collecting all the references. What all the movies you saw, what all the shows you saw, what all the books you read. Your mind is collecting all the references. Please be very clear. Once your unconscious starts believing there is a spirit, you project it and see. Whatever your unconscious believes, you project that and see. Now, especially after a lot of research is done on the hypnotism, they are coming up with a great truths. If a person is hypnotized and if fire is put in his hand and the hypnotist gives an instruction, you are holding a flower in your hand. You are having rose flower in your hand. Not only the hand never gets burned, after the fire is removed, the hand smells like a rose. Hands smell like a rose. Hypnotism has got so much of power. Means the unconsciousness has got so much of power. You are unconsciously hypnotized and taught something like ghost exists. And you project and see. When you see some experience, then it becomes a solid faith. Vicious circle. You are caught in the vicious circle. One more thing. Just watch some horror movie continuously for 3 days. You will see ghost. Even your screen moving will look like a ghost. Even if your wife walks inside your room. For that you don't have to see horror movie. Anyhow, you will always feel disturbed and you will always be in the consciousness. And whatever happens around you, you will connect with it. And exactly after seeing horror movie only, you will feel like having little water. You will walk up to kitchen. Suddenly there will be a cat jumping exactly on you. And now the whole scene is completed. Now you know for sure the ghost exists. Be very clear. It is purely your unconsciousness. Because you start believing it. You start projecting it. Once you start projecting it, your faith is strengthened. It's a vicious circle in which you are caught. One more thing. Ghosts as such don't have physical body. See, you are having 3 level bodies. Physical, subtle and causal. Even if they exist, they don't have physical body. Of course, first of all, they don't exist. But for argument's sake, if I collect all your arguments and if I have to argue, if we accept they do exist, they exist only in the subtle body or causal body. They don't have physical body. No ghost comes to you with physical body except your spouse. No ghost comes to you with a physical body. It means they have only 66% of capacity which you are having. You are having 3 body, 100%. They have only maximum 2 body, only 66%. It means they are less powerful than you. They are less powerful than you. Even if they exist, you don't have to be afraid of them. Understand logically, even if they exist, you don't have to be afraid of them. They are lower level jivas. They are lower level entities. First thing, they don't exist. Even for argument's sake, if you have to argue, they are lower level entities. You don't have to be afraid of them. So be very clear. All this talking to the ghost, media, or medium, talking to your some relatives who are dead, all these things are pure stories. One story is built on the other story. Next story is built on the third story. Pure story. Nothing but pure story. Small story. One lady goes to a medium to talk to her husband who recently passed away. Slowly that man waves, starts mumbling few words, then starts talking. Oh honey, I am here, ask whatever you want. Then she asks, please tell me who all have to give money for us. Where all you put your money? Please tell me. He tells, the milkman has to give 35,000 to you, to us. And I have deposited 2 lakh money in this bank. Please take it. And opposite house person, he has to give 1.5 lakh to us. All this account goes on. Suddenly, the husband says, honey, I want to tell you one more thing. I have to give 10 lakh to such and such a friend. Please return that. Suddenly she says, it doesn't look like my husband's voice. It doesn't look like my husband's voice. Is there anybody else? Be very clear. Only as long as it supports you, all these ideas are okay. So don't believe all these media, or medium and all these things, and don't waste your time in all this talking with the people who are dead. We have no time to talk to the people who are alive. Why to waste the time in talking with the people who are dead? And people who are directly related to our business, our life. Let us talk to them first. Let us work with them first. Why to waste our time with them? Never allow any of these horrible things or things which create suffering into your consciousness. If you don't allow all these things into your consciousness, automatically your intelligence will be established in divine. Thoughts which you take inside is going to play a major role on this one concept of what Krishna says, establishing your intelligence on me. Please understand, whatever you intake, your ahara, you will establish your mind only on that. So let your ahara be purified. Let ahara suddhi happen to you. Automatically, your consciousness will be established in divine. Again and again and again, try to put these ideas inside you. These ideas, let them penetrate you instead of the ideas which depresses you, which makes you feel low energy and which depresses you, which puts you into depression. For example, for last 11 days, you are all listening to these ideas. By now you know, when some problem comes, automatically you will remember, Swamiji said this. I heard this idea. I think this is what I have to understand now. Automatically this will start coming up from your being. If it starts coming up, you have heard. Otherwise, you are a silent listener. Silent listener is a person who is sitting and seriously thinking of something else.
who is sitting and seriously thinking of something else. If you are a silent listener, or if you are really heard, can be decided by how much these words repeat in you. I always tell people, when a word comes from enlightened consciousness, it simply penetrates you and automatically it comes in your mind whenever you need the help. People ask me, Swamiji, how to remember all these ideas and practice? I tell them, never bother about remembering. Just hear, that's enough. Just listen, that's enough. These words are from my experience. So naturally they will penetrate your being. Whenever it is necessary, you don't have to remember these words. These words will remember you. You don't have to remember them. The words will remember you. Automatically they will come up. Automatically they will erupt in your consciousness like a pop-up. How the pop-ups, they come in the computer. Same way, automatically they will come up in your consciousness and they will guide you. You don't need to do anything. All you need to do is just listen. Means put them into your being. Again and again and again. Try to listen these words. Naturally, your consciousness will be established in divine. Adaschittam samadadum nasaknoshi mayisthiram abhyasa yogena tado mamichaptum dhananjaya. Here he says about abhyasa yoga. Why he speaks about abhyasa yoga? Because yesterday, in Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga, Krishna gave one glimpse of universal consciousness experience to Arjuna. But Arjuna is not able to stay there permanently. Out of fear or out of the old engrams, samskaras, he came out. He slipped from the consciousness. Now he speaks about Abhyasa Yoga, how to establish yourself in that same consciousness. That's why he speaks about Abhyasa. Oh Arjuna, if you cannot fix your mind upon me without deviation, then follow the regulative principles of bhakti. In this way, you will, through this Abhyasa, you will be established in me. Here he gives a solid path or a solid solution to solve your whole life, to establish yourself in that consciousness. Continuously, again and again, with a regular life, receiving these ideas and digesting these ideas in your consciousness. Let your inner space be filled with these ideas. Let you not waste even few moments. Let your whole inner space be filled with these great thoughts. That is the way to establish yourself in that consciousness. Krishna gives some more tips for establishing yourself in that consciousness and radiating bhakti.
Today is the best day. Sadashiva appears for Brahma and Vishnu early morning, the form of light shaft, means the consciousness which is beyond time and space enters into time and space. Sadashiva declares.
Yes, Nithyananda.
Nithyananda.
So, Swamiji's revelation on the true love. With this, we'll be entering into the next session, which is going to be the ultimate relationship with in your life with your Guru, with the Guru. So let's enter into this relation, and this is going to be our last revelation by Swamiji for today. So let's enter it.
Krishna starts a strange kind of instructions continuously. Next 4 sloka, he gives various options, step by step, step by step, step by step. He says, if you can't do this, do that. If you can't do this, do this. If you can't do this, do this. Krishna is giving various options. He is giving various instructions. And he says, first thing, adaschittam samadadum nachaknoshi mayistiram abhyasa yogena tado mamit chaptum Dhananjaya. O Dhananjaya, fix your mind upon me with a constant practice and try to attain me. If you are not able to practice, then perform actions for me. Then, apyasepya savarto asimat karmo paramo bhavaha madattama vikarmani kurvan siddhimavapsyasi. If you can't practice the regulations of Bhakti Yoga, then just try to work for me. Because working for me will help you. Adaitapya saktosi kartumatyogamastritaha sarvakarma balatyagam tadak kuryadatmavan. If you are not able to even work in that mood, consciousness, give up all the results to me. He is giving various options to Arjuna. These 4 slokas, continuously gives options to Arjuna. Shreyo jnanam apyasat jnanat jnanam visishyate jnanat karma balatyagas tyagas chantiranantaram. So many instructions he is giving. Step by step he is giving the option. Actually, this is not even for Arjuna. For all kinds of mind. Let me tell you a small story from Ramana Maharishi's life. Somebody goes to Bhagavan and asks, Bhagavan, what spiritual practice I should do? He says, do Atma Vichara, self-enquiry. Start searching, who am I? After a few days he comes back and says, it is very difficult, can I do meditation? Bhagavan says, all right, do it. After a week, he comes back and says, meditation also very difficult. Can I do some stotra and japa? He says, all right, do. After a few days, he comes back. Japa also very difficult. Can I do some puja? He says, all right, do. After a few days, he comes back. Puja also very difficult. Can I start going only to temple and come back? Then Bhagavan says, all right, do what you want. They do not want to close the doors for anybody. Please understand. They are giving option for everybody. Here this post sloka also is giving option for everybody. You need to have tremendous spontaneity to understand this. Only with spontaneity, you will be able to handle these 4 instructions. For example, when you are in the mood of not meditating, if you don't feel like meditating, you are in a very low mood, then don't try to sit in a room with closed doors. Don't try to fight with yourself. Just come out, come to the temple, spend some time freely walking, moving around. It will relax you. Then you can enter into meditation. And if you are not able to do that also. Take something else. Do something which gives you a really relaxed mood, which makes you feel relaxed. Then you can enter. Here he tries to give you step-by-step instruction to the ultimate, last step. Last step is just being in that consciousness, bliss. But because you can't do that, don't stop altogether. At least do something. I have seen people who will speak about meditation, speak about Atma Sadhana, all these things, but when it comes to practice, thinking of doing meditation, they will stop all this puja, rituals, everything. In the end, they will not do the meditation also. Because I don't have enough time, Swamiji. My mind is not concentrated, Swamiji. I am not able to sit quietly, Swamiji. First, they will drop all these things in the name of meditation. Then they will drop the meditation also because of some reason. Then neither this nor that. Krishna doesn't want that to happen to us. You need spontaneity to decide what to do at that moment. Whenever I utter the word spontaneity, I always remember this one story. This really happened. It is not just a story. It's not just a story. It really happened. In my native place, it was a small village. Now it has become a little like a district headquarters, town. In those days, it was a small village. They used to recite Mahabharata. Mahabharata every year. Every year, that corner of that village. In India, every traditional village will have this recitation of Mahabharata. Once in a year. They believe that if you recite Mahabharata, rain will come. So because of that, they have the habit of reciting Mahabharata. In North India, Bhagavata. In North, they recite Bhagavata. In South India, Mahabharata recitation or Ramayana. My village, they used to recite Mahabharata once in a year for 60 days. In daytime, they will tell the story. They will recite the story. Nighttime, a small drama. Village drama. Not organized, trained, arranged people. In that village itself, 4 people will take some role and they will play the drama. More than a drama, the mistakes which they do will be funny. So people all will sit and gather. People all will gather and sit and watch. Not for the drama's sake. The mistakes which they do will be really funny. Because what comes as Veena for Saraswati, same thing will come as Gada for Arjuna. For Hanuman. Hanuman will bring the same thing as Gadayudam. Next day, Saraswati will bring the same thing as Veena. It will be really funny. And 4 or 5 people only will play all the role. And Krishna will be some 80-year-old man with one stick in a hand. And he will not be even able to walk. With the help of somebody, he will come and, oh Arjuna, stand up. By that time he says, Arjuna, stand up, he will fall. And it will be really funny to watch the whole drama. All the mistakes they do. And I used to go and attend that drama every night. And only male can participate as a ritual. It's done as a ritual also. The people who participate, they have to wear the sacred thread in the hand, and it is done as a ritual. They will have to recite all those poems completely, and they have to do. Only male participate in the rituals. That day, the scene is supposed to be the Vastrabharana, Draupadi Vastrabharana. That removing the clothes, saree from Draupadi. Trying to pull the saree from Draupadi. That's the scene. And this guy, he had all the makeup and decoration. And 7 thin sarees he was wearing. According to the scene, the Duchadana is supposed to pull till 6th saree. And by the time it comes to sixth sari, he has to act as if he has become tired and he is falling and he has to do some drama and fall. Then Krishna will appear. And actually, the moment Duryodhana is about to fall, Draupadi will shout, Krishna, Krishna. Krishna will appear. Because I'm remembering the whole scene. And Krishna will appear. Suddenly what happened when the scene started? The Duryodhana forgot the count. Forgot the count. Total 7 sari. He is supposed to pull 6 sari. By 6th sari, we should fall. Once he falls, Draupadi will call Krishna, Krishna. Then Krishna will jump in the stage. This is the scene. This guy somehow he forgot the number, counting. And he started pulling the 7th sari also. He started pulling the 7th sari also. And this Draupadi, she's trying to show through eyes, hey, it's 7th sari, 7th sari. But this guy is not understanding. He thought that Draupadi is acting nicely, so he is pulling. Then suddenly, Draupadi started beating Duryodhana directly. Hey, leave my sari. Hey, leave my sari. It's my sari. Straight away, Draupadi attacks Duryodhana. And they are surprised. Morning the story says different. Now evening drama says something different. And straight away he is attacking. Actually, by the 6th sari, Duryodhana is supposed to fall, and Draupadi should cry Krishna, Krishna. Krishna should jump into the stage, and Krishna is waiting behind the screen with beedi. He is waiting for the call to jump into the stage. With beedi is standing behind the stage, and he is waiting for Draupadi to call. And Draupadi is shouting, hey, Duryodhana, leave my sari. And hey, Duryodhana, leave my sari. So, Krishna is thinking, still the scene is going on. Still the 6th sari is not over. He is thinking, standing there, smoking the beedi. And this fellow, without understanding, finally, he got, and moreover, Draupadi kicked him also. So he got so much angry, he just pulled the sari completely. Suddenly we saw in the stage with a half female decoration and with a dryer, this guy is standing. Below male, above female. All makeup, female makeup. The long hair, and the face with female makeup, and female dress, above female dress, and below male dress. This guy is standing in the stage. And somehow, this guy is little spontaneous. Suddenly he turned. Krishna, just because you can't come, you made me as male and saved my life. You converted me into male and saved my prestige. This guy is a spontaneous guy. He manages the whole situation because he has to manage the mistake done by Duryodhana and the mistake done by Krishna because he has not appeared on the stage. He is supposed to appear and still he is waiting with his beedi for the call. When Draupadi will call Krishna, Krishna. When you have spontaneity, really you can manage anything. Whenever I remember the word spontaneity, I remember this story. One more small incident. That is also again about spontaneity. Actually, spontaneity is one of the spiritual qualities. Only a man who is not caught in his past, who is able to slip from his past, can be spontaneous. If you have vested interest in your past decisions, in your past life, when I say past life, I don't mean previous births, in this birth. If you don't have vested interest in your past decisions, means if you are really open to understand what all mistakes you made in the past and ready to update yourself, only then you can be spontaneous. If you have vested interest in the past, no, all these years I lived believing this idea and understanding in this way. Today, just because something is told to me, I will not change. I am not going to change. Because throughout my 50 years of life, I lived based on this concept. I cannot change. Then you can never be spontaneous. And you will miss life. Miss life miserably. Please be very clear. The very quality of life is it updates itself. It can be called as intelligence only as long as it updates itself. When it stops updating itself, it is called intellect. It can be no more called as intelligence. Intelligence is living energy. In Sanskrit, we have a word called di. Di means which is alive. In Sanskrit, the word for intelligence is di. Di is an energy which is alive, which continuously updates itself. Only if you don't have vested interest in your past, the decisions of your past, or the way in which your past is lived, the way in which you lived your past life, only then you will be able to be spontaneous. Spontaneity is one of the great spiritual qualities. One person, I was speaking at the time on Isavasya Upanishad. I was giving a discourse. One elderly person, by seeing you can say well-read, scholar, elderly scholar. Straight away he walked into the hall. I was giving discourse. He did not even have a basic courtesy to put any question after the discourse. Straight away he walked into the hall and said, all these fools who have not read, you can make them listen to you. Can you make me listen to you? I just said, please come, I am not able to hear what you said. He came near. I said, please come this side. What do you want to say? He came this side. And I said, I think there is some table. Please come this side. I turned this side. He naturally came near. Then I told, already you have listened to me 3 times. Now sit and listen what I say. Already you obeyed me 3 times. Now sit and listen what I say. You seem to be a very good person. Do sit and listen. You can never escape from spontaneity. Later on, I was surprised. I read the same story with a Zen master. After this incident happened, sometime I was reading some book, I read the same story, a Zen master's life. I was surprised how the history repeats itself. Anyhow, then the guy was shocked. He was shocked. What happened? Actually, when you have the spontaneity, nothing can stop you. Spontaneity is one of the great spiritual qualities. Here, Krishna gives 4 different instructions. Either you can establish yourself in Bhakti Yoga or live a regular routine life of spiritual routine, or sacrifice all the fruits of action to God, or live in the consciousness and do the action. Whatever you want, you can do. He says, at least, if not this, do this. If not this, do this. If not this, do this. Now, all we need to understand is, don't stop in the low level. Try to always go to the higher level. When you can't go to the higher level, at least stay with the lower levels. Don't renounce completely. Somebody asked me, Swamiji, why do we have so many gods in India or in the Eastern religions? All Eastern religions have got many gods, whether it is Hinduism or Buddhism or Jainism. They all have so many gods, so many saints, so many gurus. And all the Western religions has got only one God. Why? See, Vivekananda says beautifully in one place, in one discourse, freedom is the basic condition for any growth. In any field, if growth has to happen, means freedom is basic condition. Basic condition. In the East, always they have had inner freedom. You can worship whatever God you want, according to your mind, according to your mental setup. You had a complete freedom in the inner world. Your husband can worship Shiva and you can worship Kali. Your husband can worship Kali and you can worship Rama. Nobody will disturb. Your religion or spiritual practice is your option. That's why we have the concept Ishta Devata. Ishta Devata means whatever form suits your mind, you can worship that form. In scripture, they say 33 crore devatas, means 330 million gods. Actually, I think that time that was the population. So they wanted, let each one have customized God. Let you have customized God. That is why they said 330 million. Now, if the scripture is written, they will say 6 billion gods. Each one has got freedom to choose his path. They had inner freedom. That is why the East has grown so much in spirituality. In that freedom, there are so many good things. Tremendous research work happened in the inner world because of that freedom. So much of research is done in the inner world, and so much of truths related to inner world is brought to the light, brought to the humanity, because so many people entered into that. There will always be few fake. Please be very clear. When so many millions of people enter into that path, when so many millions of things are expressed, there will always be one or two superstitious things. You think superstitious things are only in the spirituality. In science, lot more superstitious things exist. In science, lot more superstitious things exist. At least in spirituality, they have no vested interest of saying something. Whatever masters say, that is not going to add anything in their personal life. They are going to eat only that much, and they are going to wear only those few pieces of dress. Nothing is going to add in their life. But with the scientists, whatever they declare, it is going to add name and fame, money, comfort to their life. So naturally, they have vested interests. With the spiritual people, the more they are renouncing, means less they enjoy the comforts of the outer world, more they are respected. So naturally, whatever truths they declare, whatever research they do, it's not going to add anything to their personal life. Because the respect is given only based on the life, not on their words. With scientists, it is based on their words. So in science, there is more possibility for superstitious things than in the spirituality. And more people, when they enter into this life, there will always be one or two superstitious things. Just because of that, we can't say the religious freedom itself is wrong. spiritual freedom itself is wrong. It has done a lot of good things also. In the West, they have social freedom. You can marry as many number of times you want. You can change your house the way in which you want. You can change your profession the way in which you want. Nobody will bother. Nobody will mind. You can dress as you want. Till now, I know in India, people who obey the family traditions, who have not gone out of their family homes, they don't even shift their houses. They don't change profession. They don't change lifestyle. East, they don't have social freedom, but they have spiritual freedom. In the West, they have social freedom, but not spiritual freedom. Any growth to happen, freedom is basic condition. Here, Krishna is expressing the spiritual freedom. In these 4 slokas, he gives the spiritual freedom to all of us. He says, there are so many paths. Choose something which suits your mentality and practice it. But do at least something. With the Eastern tradition, they gave many choice. If you are intellectual type, Shiva suits you. Continuously sit and meditate. If you are emotional type, bhakti type, Vishnu is here. Sing and dance like a Chaitanya. Meera. Sing the glory like a Alvars. Relate with Vishnu. If you are a type of being, then Devi is there. If you are a yoga type, if you are a type of yogi, then Devi is here. Meditate on Devi. Do the pujas. Do the tantra sadhanas. So many different kinds of techniques. The options are many. So, again and again, you are given so many options. You have the customized way, customized path for your personal growth. So naturally, wherever you are, you can grow and reach the level where you are supposed to reach. They have all sized ladders, all different kinds of steps. Wherever you are staying, from there to the goal, there to the end, continuously you are given choices. You are given options. So naturally, you tend to take up something or other. The East has explored so much. It has explored so many things. It has done such a big research in the inner space because of spiritual freedom. West has achieved so much in the social level because of social freedom. Of course, India has struggled a little bit because of lack of social freedom. But it has got a lot because of the spiritual freedom. Because of spiritual freedom. Here, Krishna is explaining, giving all the choices of spiritual freedom. Do this or do this or do this. These 4 slokas explains the spiritual freedom given to the society. Here, Krishna is giving spiritual freedom to Arjuna to choose, of course, not only to Arjuna, through Arjuna to all of us. Abhyaso abhyasammarto atimat karmo paramo bhavaha madartama vikarmani kurvan siddhimavapsyasi. If you cannot practice the regulations of Bhakti Yoga, then just try to work for me. Because by working for me, you will come to the perfect stage. Siddhim avapsyasi. Then he says one by one, giving all the options. Finally he says, Shreyo jnanam apyasat jnanat jnanam visishyate jnanat karma phalatyagam Yagat Santiranandaram. If you can't take all these practices, then engage yourself in cultivation of knowledge. He says, at least collect all these life solutions. Cultivation of knowledge means collecting the life solutions. How to avoid depression, how to be more courageous, how to be strong, how to avoid when desires and emotions take you over. These are all the knowledge. If you can collect life solutions which can help you, protect you. See, we speak about earthquake kit. We speak about hurricane kit. They say that a water bottle and so many things. All these things should be made as a kit and kept in all the cars in Los Angeles, in California. The fire department website, there's a big list. What all you have to do to prepare yourself for earthquake. They call it earthquake kit. Here, in the West, they speak and prepare all these things. But they don't prepare to face the earthquake which happens inside. The emotional imbalance which happens inside. Just like preparing for earthquake, you need to have the inside, inner earthquake kit. The inner earthquake kit is what I call this life solutions, knowledge. Collect all these things now itself, so that when you face some depression, be very clear, all of us are going to face some inner earthquake in our life at some time, at some point or other. If you are dead, then there will be no problem. If you are dead, then there will be no earthquake. As long as you are alive, naturally at some point, some of your friend will die. Some of your relative will die. Some near and dear may fall sick, or they may die. All these things are inevitable. Inevitability of the moment to moment has to be understood. Understanding the inevitability of life and collecting the knowledge, collecting the tools to support yourself at that moment, collecting the ideas to balance yourself at that moment is what I call jnana, knowledge. We need to prepare earthquake kit for our
Yes, we need to prepare for our life. So this is the end that we have arrived. We have come to the conclusion of the day itself, the day 6 of the Paramashivoham Level 1. And it has been exciting sessions today, especially when Swamiji was revealing so much on especially from the Bhagavad Gita, and especially on the relationship side, as the deity itself is Kalyan Sundaramurti today, including the relationship, love. So with this, we'll be concluding today, and of course, we'll be come back tomorrow with the another sessions. We'll be having exciting sessions, especially on the Dakshinamurti, having that, experiencing that vibrant stillness. And the day will be starting with the Nithyananda Yoga. So requesting all of you to join for the Nithyananda Yoga. They start your day with the yoga. First of all, as you start before yoga, you start to detox your body, whether through Haritaki, neem juice, through enema, cleansing the intestine, and then come for the yoga to prepare your body, align your body to receive the superconscious energy. And tomorrow we'll be having Dakshinamurti. Swamiji will be receiving Swamiji as Dakshinamurti.
Yes, so now we have, as we mentioned, we have come to the end of today. We thank you for being with us for today. We will see you again tomorrow. We will just finish with the Purna Mantra.
Om Purna
पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति 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 हरि ओम तत्सत् सर्वं भगवते नित्यानंद परमशिवपादुकार्पणमस्तु ॐ नित्यानन्दम्. Thank you very much, everyone, and Nithyananda, we'll see you tomorrow.